Reboot your credit card with Apple Card. It gives you unlimited daily cash back that can earn 4.15% annual percentage yield when you open a savings account. A high-yield, low-effort way to grow your money with no fees. Apply for Apple Card now in the Wallet app on iPhone to start earning and growing your daily cash with savings today. Apple Card subject to credit approval. Savings is available to Apple Card owners subject to eligibility. Savings accounts by Goldman Sachs Bank USA. Member FDIC. Terms apply.
Hey, can I let you in on a little secret? Oh, I'm obsessed with the Drop app. Drop makes it so easy to score free gift cards just for doing my everyday shopping at places like Ulta, Sam's Club, and Lyft. So if you're like me and love a good shopping spree, download Drop today and join the secret club of savvy shoppers. And use my code GETDROP999 to get $5.
Hello. From Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. This month, we're talking about trendsetters, women whose vision, style, and willingness to break barriers changed culture, from what we wear to how we behave. Think of the biggest names from the gilded and glamorous age of old Hollywood: Grace Kelly, Ginger Rogers, Elizabeth Taylor, Marilyn Monroe. These stars of the silver screen captivated moviegoers of the mid-20th century. And they all had one thing in common that you might not realize. They all wore costumes created by a celebrated designer who worked on more than 1,000 films. She was nominated for 35 Academy Awards in her lifetime and won 8 Oscars, which she referred to as her children. Let's talk about Edith Head. In Edith's earlier years, her aspirations were a far cry from the bright lights of Hollywood Boulevard. She was born on October 28, 1897, and mostly grew up in the little mining town of Searchlight, Nevada. Edith recalled, "I didn't have what you would call an artistic or cultural background. We lived in the desert and we had burros and jackrabbits and things like that." When Edith first started working, she pursued a career in education, not design. Initially, she served as a French instructor at a private school for women in California. But Edith soon tired of teaching language. What really intrigued her was art, so she started taking some classes. In 1923, she happened across a Help Wanted ad for Paramount Studios. They were looking for a sketch artist. Instead of bringing her own portfolio to the interview, she decided to borrow some fellow students' sketches to pass off as her own. When the studio's chief designer found out about Edith's ruse, he laughed and let her stay. Edith later said, "He thought anybody who had that much desire to get in the studio deserved the job." Edith's first movie with a solo design credit was a 1933 film called She Done Him Wrong. By 1938, she was the chief costume designer at Paramount, and the first woman to head a major studio design department. Edith won her first Oscar in 1949 for her work on the period drama The Heiress. Her other film credits include some of the most beloved classics in cinema: Roman Holiday, starring Audrey Hepburn and Gregory Peck, All About Eve, starring Bette Davis, and Alfred Hitchcock's To Catch a Thief. Edith was responsible for plenty of iconic looks, like Audrey Hepburn's famous black dress from Breakfast at Tiffany's, which she worked on with designer Hubert de Givenchy. But Edith insisted that her job wasn't just to dress pretty people in pretty clothes. It was the intense work of transformation. She called it a cross between camouflage and magic. She explained, "I can do tacky clothes, sexy clothes, horrible clothes."
Fashion is not the primary thing, the primary effort in motion pictures is to tell the story.
Edith is also credited with starting a few Hollywood costuming trends, like the craze for sarongs during the 1930s, and the toreador pants she designed for Audrey Hepburn in the 1950s. Edith also designed the women's U.S. Coast Guard uniforms during the 1970s, a feat she fondly remembered as a career highlight. Edith's prolific output made her a well-known figure in Hollywood. In the 1970s, groups touring Universal Studios hoped to spot the famous designer stepping out of her bungalow office on the lot. She was easy to recognize. Edith was barely more than 5 feet tall. Her hair was always cut into the same thick black bangs. And while the costumes she designed were colorful and eye-catching, Edith dressed herself in muted colors, usually sporting 2-piece suits in black, white, beige, or brown. Her trademark round glasses had blue-tinted lenses that helped her determine how costumes would look in black and white film. To conjure up an image of Edith, just think of the Pixar character Edna Mode, the snarky yet brilliant superhero suit designer from The Incredibles. It's long been rumored that Edith served as the animator's inspiration. Edith won her 8th and final Oscar for the 1973 heist film The Sting. In her acceptance speech, she quipped about getting to dress the 2 handsomest men in the world. Edith died on October 24, 1981, from a rare bone marrow disease. Today, Edith maintains the title for the woman with the most Oscar nominations and the most Oscar wins in history. All month, we're talking about Trendsetters. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, my favorite sister and co-creator. Talk to you tomorrow.
You're at a place you just discovered. And being an American Express Platinum card member with Global Dining Access by Resi helped you score tickets to quite the dining experience.
Oh, okay, chef.
You're looking at something you've never seen before, much less tasted. After your first bite, you say, nothing, because you're speechless. See how to elevate your dining experiences at americanexpress.com/withAmex. Don't live life without it. Terms apply.
Summer may be over, but the beach is open. Whether you're a longtime Bachelor fan or have never seen a single show, this season of Bachelor in Paradise is for you. The premise of the show is pretty straightforward. You've got 20 beautiful singles living on a beach with one goal: to find long-lasting love. Bachelor in Paradise premieres Thursday, 9/8 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
When you visit a state as big and diverse as Texas, there are a million different trips you can take. Let's say you've got an appetite for whitewater kayaking. You can get your own.
So this is why they call it Devil's River.
Trip to Texas. Or maybe you have an actual appetite. I'll take a pound of brisket, 6 ribs, 3 links of sausage, and a piece of pecan pie. Trip to Texas. Go to traveltexas.com/get your own for the only trip to Texas that matters. Yours.